are here to talk about a couple different things. Well, mainly two different tight ends. Excuse me. Now, I want it to be greatly known that there's a couple of tight ends that we could have done a bigger list of tight ends, but no, these are the two immediate ones that came to my mind because we have been doing extensive research on these two and a lot of film watching. A lot of film watching on all the other tight ends too, but none more tantalizing and that we think are going to make a bigger impact than these two tight ends right here. That will be weapons for their quarterbacks. But before we get into each of these tight ends and their respective roles with their respective teams, make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we get and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Now, the number 2 tight end that we believe will be a tight end that is a weapon for their respective quarterback, Jared Cook. That's right. Yep, we have been saying it from the beginning that Jared Cook with Justin Herbert is going to be something special. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear before I get into a deeper dive into this, is that I think Justin Herbert is going to be one of the better young quarterbacks, one of the best young quarterbacks, rather, in the NFL. And Jared Cook, especially this year, is going to help him get there. He's still got quite a bit left in the tank. With Drew Brees as his quarterback, he scored 7 touchdowns this last year in 2020, had 9 the year before that. Both were career highs. Never had more touchdowns or catches, or excuse me, never had more touchdowns in those years before, but had a good season with the Raiders back in 2018, 68 catches for nearly 900 yards and 6 touchdowns, but that was his best season other than that. Now, because of his impact that I believe he has had and will have with the Saints, I think the impact he had with the Saints, I think he's going to have a huge impact with a better quarterback. Okay, at this particular time in their careers, Justin Herbert, as young and amazing as he is, and the old Drew Brees. Now, that's not to say Justin Herbert is a better quarterback, because that would just be definitely a lie if we're talking about that whole debate. But another debate for another day. We're getting sidetracked. But Jared Cook paired with Justin Herbert is going to be a special duo. Now, I realize that looking at his age at 34 years old, you're probably not going to agree with me. That's fine. But let's look at some things here. At 6'5", I think this guy, he's got the size clearly. Again, at 6'5", has scored 41 career touchdowns, about that 250 range in terms of weight. But he has consistently been one of those tight end threats that just can outrun you. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, 4.49 speed back in the day. I am fully ready for Jared Cook to be a top tight end in fantasy. That's right. I'm expecting at least a 50-catch season for Jared Cook. Could this be the year he breaks over 1,000? I certainly think so, especially with how much the Chargers like to. I think that they will use their tight ends this year, especially with a dynamic weapon like Jared Cook. Now, it has to be noted here, again, there's a lot of weapons that the Chargers boast. You talk about Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson. Keenan Allen is tragically underrated. And I will make a video about why he needs to get more love immediately, but we just want to get into, we'll get into that a little bit on another video. But you also got Mike Williams, Jalen Guyton, and really Josh Palmer, who I think was a heck of a get-up or heck of a player to grab in this last year's draft out of Tennessee. I'm really excited. I think that Jared Cook is going to have a big year, and I'm really excited to see what he will do, especially with a quarterback that's not in his back nine of his career. And I think that's going to be a very big plus for Jared Cook, who, in my mind, could Justin Herbert, could he be a top 5 quarterback? I think he could, especially with what I think Jared Cook will be bringing for him this year. Now, the number 1 tight end that I think is going to make an immediate impact for and be a weapon for his quarterback, Evan Engram. That's right. Now, Evan Engram is a former Pro Bowler, has 216 catches and 13 total touchdowns. Now, I fully expect Evan Engram to come out and absolutely tear it up. Now, he only scored 1 touchdown last year, not exactly how it was supposed to go, but with what the Giants are adding, I think this is going to be a special season for Evan Engram. And for what I think I am expecting out of him, I think Daniel Jones, when he was forced to be the full component of the offense, I saw some good times and I saw some bad. And they were surprisingly, I saw surprisingly more good times than bad. So you get Saquon Barkley back. You get a quality wide receiver in Kenny Golladay. You have another quality wide receiver in Sterling Shepard. Darius Slayton is amazing. I love Darius Slayton. Been a big fan of him ever since he came into the NFL because he burned Xavier Rhodes that one time. It was bad. Kadarius Toney, the first-round pick out of Florida. Evan Engram, just from top to bottom, the things that they are adding, I think it's going to take a lot of pressure off Engram, and who, in my mind, was really forced to really be a security blanket for Jones in the past. Now, I don't think he did a terrible job of that. Again, catching nearly a career-high 63 passes for 654 yards and a touchdown in 2020. I think he could potentially see the kind of touchdown production he saw in his rookie year when he scored 6 touchdowns, a former a 23rd overall pick in the 2017 NFL draft. I think he's going to be a special player, especially moving forward with the relationship that him and Daniel Jones will be adding together. And I think this is going to be a bounce back year for Daniel Jones as well. I think we've kind of covered that ad nauseum. So again, and the Giants, like we said, they've got weapons too. So both of these tight ends, I'm expecting some big things out of both of them, and I'm really excited to see what they will do with their teams. But let us know what you guys think about these two tight ends, who I think will come out and absolutely ball and be weapons for their quarterbacks. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. If you would like to follow us on all social media platforms, down in the description below, you will find all of our social media handles, so make sure you go down and follow us down there. Give us a listen and sub on iTunes as well, and check out our website at the Sports Brief Podcast. And last but not least, if you have something you would like us to cover, make sure you send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com. Once again, that's the thesportsbp@yahoo.com. But once again, let us know what you think about these two tight ends and Evan Engram and Jared Cook, who will be weapons for their respective quarterbacks.